I'm Terrence Bryn McKinney, and this is Liography. When the first rap artists like Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Melly Mel arrived in the late 70s, they never imagined that years later their new sounds would come to dominate the music industry. Nor could they have imagined where the music was headed. Tonight, we take a look at the life of controversial rap star Nummy Nam, also known by his alter ego Lean Leonard. Nummy's dark, often vulgar rap has come under fire from both the clergy and lobby groups such as Mothers Against Everything. Nummy's story is a story of hardship and fame, violence and greed, a cautionary tale to most, and an inspiration to anyone who has ever wanted to get on the MIC and spit some dope rhymes to rock the house. Nummy Nam, tonight on Liography. Nummy Nam was born Brent Abner Humphrey on November the 6th, 1982, raised by his mother, Belle Humphrey, in an Edmonton ghetto. Nummy has referred to his childhood as full of turmoil and sucky. Nummy's life would be altered forever when he discovered at age 3 that the word cat rhymed with the word sat.
Yo. I didn't find the words that rhyme. They found me. You know what I'm saying? I be rhyming those two words every day when I was 3. Cat and sat, sat and cat. You know what I'm saying? Check this. Who sat on the cat? That's where the cat sat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The only music Nummy was drawn to as a child was the Kenny Rogers ballad Lady, released in 1980. It wasn't until hearing Run DMC at age 8 that Nummy realized his love of rhymes had a place in hip-hop music.
Sometimes I get on the bus, and it is full of people who smell like pus, and that pisses me off because they are jack-offs, and that's all I can say about the bus. It's kind of in transition right now. It needs to be a little cleaned up with a little bit of, you know, how they fix your voice up when you're in the studio. You might have to do a little bit of that. I don't know.
Well, he always says that if it wasn't for Run DMC, he'd still want to grow up to be David Hasselhoff. So, good thing Run DMC happened when they did, I guess.
At the time, smarter record executives took the media backlash against rap music as a sure sign that it would be the next big thing.
They say it's not even music. Swing fans said it about rock and roll, rock fans said it about rap, the surviving members of the Beatles have said it about Oasis, everybody said it about Britney Spears. Fact is, if you don't get it, it's not for you. Take me, for instance. I don't get any of it. I wear earplugs. I like Al Green. Hello.
By age 10, Nummy was rapping in malls and on school grounds around Edmonton with songs like Who Sat on the Cat. He quickly gained a following. But his difficult relationship with his mother, Belle, had begun to worsen. A troubled and drug-addicted woman with a bad temper, Belle Humphrey was known around the neighborhood as the Great White Shark, or simply Jaws.
Because we're in litigation, I can't discuss Belle or her relationship with Nummy. Let's just say it's really sad when a mother sues her child to reclaim past financial support. But I can't really get into how twisted all of it really is.
This turmoil, like all of Nummy's problems, is the source of his raw and irreverent lyrics. Bodyguard Donnie Laws.
Nummy's got no boundaries, right? I mean, he just doesn't know when to shut up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the guy. I mean, he's my dog. Sure, Nummy's cool. It's just that, you know, he's a little high maintenance. That, and he wears enough cologne to, you know, disinfect a slaughterhouse. And he's a little obnoxious and gassy, but yeah, Nummy's all right. I like him.
Just 2 years later, Nummy Nam would set out on a wild ride that would leave him battered, vilified, rich, and famous. When Liography returns, Nummy Nom finds the love of his life while rapping on a bus. And Belle Humphrey is offered what her son always dreamed of, a record deal. For rapper Nummy Nom, lawsuits, death threats, and criminal investigations have become part of everyday life. Certainly it's all part of making music. But sadly, many of Nummy's legal troubles are connected in some way to his mother, Belle. In 1997, Belle was offered a record deal after a stoned Soma music executive, Noam Fawning, heard Belle singing outside an Edmonton butcher shop.
Noam Fawning. She changed his name to Sucker McPushover. No offense against the man, but Belle Humphrey's got a voice like a car alarm.
It was while rapping about his jealousy on a crowded city bus that Nummy spotted the woman who would later become his wife. Gina Wafley was a busker who was known to the crowd she accosted as Gloomy the Serious Clown.
Funny clowns can make you laugh, sure, but that lasts for like what? 2 minutes? And then you're right back in hell. But as a serious clown, I can make people mad or make them think. And I can leave like a scar on their mind that's like a distraction from their reality, you know? Because that's what I really want to be, right? It's like a distracting scar on everybody's mind.
Nummy and his delightful mind scar clown were rarely seen apart from each other. On his 18th birthday, Nummy and Gina were busking on a street corner when rapper, record executive, and one-time drug dealer Cool Cubby happened to drive by. Cubby liked what he heard and asked Nummy for a demo tape. Nummy immediately signed to Drive By Records and finally felt like things were going his way.
It was the worst deal in the history of show business. Basically, it said that Nummy had to pay Cubby for the privilege of being on the label, and that Cubby owned all of Nummy's music forever.
Nummy came to me and asked me to buy his record contract from Cubby. I said I'd think about it. Next day, I get a message on my machine saying that if I don't back off Nummy, somebody's gonna, quote, bust a cap in my ass.
Cool Cubby was furious with Nummy Nom for wanting out of their deal.
Now, I'm from Vancouver originally, so I'm not really used to dealing with that sort of thing. But I am in the music business, so I do understand the gangster mentality. I put Faye on it, and she settled with Cubby.
Marvin? Marvin doesn't get the statement I'm trying to make a lot of the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just be saying everything that comes out of my head, you know? Everything running through my brain. That's why the kids like me. 'Cause straight up, I don't give a G. You know what I'm saying?
While Nummy recorded his first album with a major label, his girlfriend Gina was feeling rejected.
I said, look, you're gonna have to decide what you want and everything, right? Because I'm not gonna be like your wife or anything because we're not married. I mean, I'm not something you own, you know? I'm not your dog, you filthy you. And then he proposed and I said yes.
Oh, Gina's my girl, you know, but like, Gina ain't my bitch. Gina's my hoe, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like, we go way back. She's still by me the whole time I was po. So that's what I'm talking about.
I just met the guy, and he makes me best man at his wedding. See, right then, I knew my dog had issues.
Had it not been so horribly, horribly sad, it would have been roll on the floor, funny.
With his release of his first single at the end of 1997, Nummy touched off a barrage of comparisons to 80s pop act Vanilla Ice.
Ain't nobody gonna give us play unless we rap.
Look at me, mother, you suck, look at me, mother, 'cause this is the shit, it's the shit, it's the shit, this is it, what you get, what you see is what you get. I you up if you don't notice my stuff, and I school you, I fool you, you whack, mother, just shut up, I can say what I want, 'cause I'm on, mother, I crush mother like you don't.
Grabbing my crotch comes from like when I was younger, you know, cause like I didn't have no toys where I grew up because we weren't that rich, so that's all I really had to play with for like the first, I don't know, 6, 7 years of my life, I guess.
Nummy caused a sensation. He rocketed to stardom seemingly overnight. He followed up his first #1 single with 3 more. Everybody Look at Me, Nummy's #1, and Here's Another Jam About Me. Nummy kept the top spot on the Billboard chart for 16 weeks and was in heavy rotation on MTV.
Oh, that shit is fat. Cause I'm like crawling on my own ass there, like ain't nobody never done that before. Cause like, that's all original, you know? I thought that up myself.
These days, it's fashionable to be pissed off, walking around with a game face on, pretending to be in a movie. What the hell happened to Funky Cold Medina, huh? Where's the Sugar Hill Gang when you need them?
With an if it bleeds, it leads style of information entertainment, the news media had created the perfect paranoid climate for Nummy and his brand of violent rap.
Right around 1994, you could actually feel things getting dumber. Like I keep telling him every time I see him, you're not the disease. You're just a symptom of the disease.
When Liography returns, Nummy Nom makes headlines clashing with his songstress mother, and his unstable marriage to wife Gina explodes. By 1998, the biggest selling hip-hop record in the world was Nummy Nom's Lean Leonard. The wild, belligerent rapper had finally found happiness. It lasted nearly a week. While Nummy was touring, his mother, Belle, filed a suit against Nummy and Fly Records, claiming that her son had libeled her in a track called A Stoned Mama is a Mother. The suit was dismissed by Judge Skip Franklin, and Belle was forced to pay Nummy's legal costs. She later swore revenge against her son in an interview with Psychotic Parents Monthly.
Oh, why do I sing about myself? Cause like, I only want to sing about stuff that's important, you know? Like, world issues and shit, they're just not as big as me, cause like, I'm the shit, yeah! That's all I can say.
I crush mother like you don't, cause I'm Nummy Nom.
Suddenly, Nummy's life was all about the Benjamins. He splurged on mink furniture, leather lampshades, power floors, and a small army of psychics, laughingly referred to in Nummy's camp as the Freak Show.
Some people in this business can't tell how crazy they are until they get rich. That's when the serious trouble starts. In Nummy's case, he attracts a certain element, let's say.
Scumbags. But if you ask me, they come with the territory. Like my father says, there are ants at every picnic.
To promote the next single, I'm Your Playa, Nummy had himself arrested for punching a waiter at the fashionable Spruce Grove Bistro, Idol Worship. CD sales went through the roof. The same week, Gina had reached her limit and packed her bags.
No, I mean, I was sick of all that crap because, come on, the whole music industry is like, you know, fake and just a lot of hype, and it's like, you know, like fakely hype and stuff. And like, sure, like Nummy's Nummy today, but like, what is he gonna be tomorrow, you know? Like, he's gonna be like Menudo or something, so it's just fake. Do you know what I mean?
Nummy blamed his psychics for not alerting him to Gina's departure before it happened. He also blamed his lawyer, Faye Lewis.
And Nummy felt that because I'm a chick, that I should have tried to convince Gina to act like she was interested in his career. When we're at the beauty parlor, I guess.
Miserable and on the verge of losing control, Nummy told a press conference that he had never been happier and started a party that would continue deep into the next year.
I've never seen anyone do so much damage in such a short period of time. I mean, you know, somebody comes to your house at 3 o'clock in the morning wearing just an inflatable kiddie pool and tube socks and singing lady. you think?
I really don't remember anything about that party, but I'm sure it was awesome. Yeah.
Those were the busiest months of my career in law.
All my rhymes are dope, know what I'm saying?
No, don't know me, no. My raps are dope as soap on the ropers. You motherfuckers are hopeless. I'm nummy, nom. I'm a nummy, nom.
Like I could disappear for 20 years, come back, and my rhymes are still gonna be the fattest. You know what I'm saying? Sucker MCs, y'all better recognize you mother...
When Nummy's party ended, he had been off the charts for 8 months. That's nearly a decade in pop years. It was time to do the second album.
Marvin sent me over to Nummy's place to pick him up, pour him into the car, and get him to the studio. I'm telling you, it was a mess. He smelled like Aerosmith the night before rehab. I mean, the brother was foul, yo. It was just plain wrong.
First bunch of songs he wrote for the second album, I'm told, were all about Gina. So I couldn't in good conscience release them. I like women.
Nummy's the devil.
Nummy's new album debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts. While on tour in England, Nummy spotted his soon-to-be ex-wife, Gina, at a popular London disco. She was with Drive-By Records CEO Cool Cubby, G'd up and bling-blinging like she'd been dipped in diamonds. Nummy was bugging. In a scuffle that lasted no more than a minute, Cool Cubby had been pushed backwards over a flight of stairs, and Nummy was promptly arrested. Nummy Nom was held without bail, and the assault charge against Nummy was upgraded to attempted murder. He was destined to spend years in a British prison. It seemed that the rapper's career had come to an abrupt end. When Liography returns, Nummy Nom's life story has a bizarre, unexpected twist, and his mother, Belle, takes accordion lessons. The British government refused to extradite Nummy Nom so that he could be tried and released at home. Then, in a move that surprised everyone, his mother, Belle, flew to England and joined the vigil for the rap star outside the Princess Anne maximum security prison.
As soon as I heard the story, I knew Nummy didn't push Cubby over those stairs. He's too chicken for that. He would have shot him.
I didn't come forward with the truth right away because I wanted Nummy to get a taste of what has been poisoning me ever since the first day I met his skinny ass. And I'm sorry I ever did. But then, if I think about it, I'm sorry I ever met anyone at all.
When Gina finally admitted that it had been a crazed fan and not Nummy who had pushed Cubby over the nightclub stairs, Nummy was released.
Jail was really good for me in a way, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like, now I'm finally starting to get the respect I deserve. And underneath all that, it made me realize I was still with Gina. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
When Nummy and Gina got back together, I thought seriously about going back to guarding the Backstreet Boys, man. I mean, I was just that desperate. Damn, woman, I said I'm coming.
The two seemed devoted to each other, even though Gina still referred to Nummy as an open sore on her life.
Baby, I'm coming now, all right? Put on that sexy red dress. Daddy's coming home. Yeah, don't do that now, girl.
Meanwhile, Nummy's mother, Belle, claimed to have had a visitation from an Australian angel named Shiny Bruce, who instructed her to take up the accordion. Belle camped outside Nummy Nom's Beverly Hills home, playing her accordion and singing some of her new inspirational songs like I'm Not So Bad After All. When he could take the racket no more, Nummy gave in and spoke to his long-estranged mother.
Yeah, that was really heartwarming in a Tales from the Crypt sort of way, but I guess it was bound to happen since the two of them have the exact same insanity and they need to ruin everything they touch, like some new disease from hell or like some virus that's been like frozen in the Arctic and then gets loose when the ice melts. Know what I mean?
With his second release secure at #1, Nummy and Gina celebrated by renewing their vows.
Well, I tell you, it was nothing like the first one. No one had to get restrained or anything. It was good for me. I ain't got to hurt nobody.
Like, Stephen Hawking drives around a little chair, and he speaks like one of those speak and spell machines, and like, not me, 'cause like, I'm genuine, you know, 'cause like, I got 2 legs and I walk around and I can still do shit, you know?
Nummy Num is a trill-ass MC with dope rhymes who has to be about it. Since getting bagged up, Nummy lost his janky-tude for his peeps and has a new jack style of crunk G-funk. He got the cream, he got the grip, and he'll keep turning it out. For Liography, I'm T.B. Mackin. Peace. Out.
Thank you.